Hello, everybody.
What is up? Episode
5, I think.
35 of One Sweet Wrestling Podcast. It is I, your host, Beto Barragan, and with me, as always, a human Wikipedia of wrestling.
Alex Lewicki. Hello, everybody. Now, I know we promised you we were going to have an interview with one Ricardo Rodriguez, but I think we had a little bit of a scheduling conflict, and with anything with wrestling, the card is subject to change. So what we're really hoping for is a little bit down the line, we can, cross paths again and really,
for sure.
really, get that going because,
he's an awesome guy.
For sure.
He's so cool and very chill, down to earth kind of mentality. Just solid guy. Just unfortunate we couldn't get him on the show, but we'll get him in the future. We'll get him in the future.
Yes.
So, Alex, you know what, dude? Speaking on your area of expertise, let's just kick it off with the G1.
Yeah,
let's
man.
talk about that.
Dude, the G1 is actually in a hiatus until Thursday, so it's allowing me. Yeah, what I've been doing is every day I've just been basically watching the main event or the main G1 matches, and that's
why is it on a hiatus?
A travel day. Yeah, they're traveling from.
okay.
They're not giving up on it. It's just they need a couple of days. I'm sure to give the guys a rest too, because they are wrestling every day, whether it be in a G1 match or in a tag match. Against another opponent. It's kind of like, give them at least 4 days to kind of rest, recover, do what they got to do, and then kind of get to it again because they are getting hot and heavy, and the matches have been fantastic. I can't say, lately, there is a gulf in the difference between the A block and the B block. The B block having more champions in it, so the caliber of matches has actually gone far and above in my, what I think. One of the highlight matches of recent, I want to say it's about two G1 shows ago. Two of my favorite wrestlers, Sonata and Zack Sabre Jr. got to wrestle, and. When I say Sonata has the ability to wrestle against Zack Sabre Jr. on the ground and actually do some chain wrestling, I have to show you this match, man. I woke up early and I didn't realize they were going to wrestle it. And the thing about ears perking up, my ears went boop, and I went, all right, guess what? Now we get to see two of my favorite guys, and dude, it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
Naito's had some really good matches. Big Mike Elgin, if you haven't seen him, dude, he's slimmed down. He's looking ripped, dude. Like,
really?
Yeah, I think he dropped like 30 pounds or so. But
how's he doing? And what block is he in?
He's in Block A, and I think he has 2 wins out of 4 so far. The big surprise to me, honestly, out of this whole G1 so far has been Adam Page, Hangman.
Where is he at on the tournament?
He
bracket?
is in Block A, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
He just wrestled Kazuchika Okada, the former IWGP heavyweight champion, and he held his own, man. Like, if there was ever a way to really show that he deserves to be in New Japan and kind of start getting up into the main event card,
right? This
was the match to see. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because it deserves to be seen. But yeah, Adam Page, man, this was one of those matches that both people looked really, really good coming out of it.
It seems like the B block is the stronger of the two.
Absolutely. Well, you've got Naito, you've got Kenny Omega, you've got
everybody. The bigger names.
Hiroki Goto, yeah, the big
Jay
names.
White's in that group as well.
Jay White's an A. Yeah.
Okay, so
Jay White's an A. So he's actually
who do you think is going to be the breakout star of the G1 from the A block? Because it's almost saying it seems like the given is you're going to get great quality matches out of the B block, but I feel like you're going to have a breakout star from the A block.
It's poised to be Jay White.
Okay.
Or
that's who I was thinking.
Yeah, they've really gone.
They've given him a big push.
I tell you what,
He's
that
a
I
former
remember,
United States champion.
Not only that, the first 2 people he defeated was Okada and Tanahashi, 2 former IWGP, like the 2 greatest champions.
So they're grooming. It seems like they're grooming him to be the next guy.
Yeah, he was a young lion. He went on an excursion to ROH and kind of found his new character. So when he came back, they're like, okay, he's our guy. And yeah, man.
If you really listen to what we just said right now, New Japan just has it, dude.
They understand.
New Japan has the Money on the button. All right, we got to say what's up to people out
What's
on
up,
Instagram
young Simba
watching us live.
210?
Because I know these savages are just going off and just going, hey, what's up, what's up? And I'm like, all right, we got to give them some love.
Yeah,
so,
what's going on, young Simba?
love to everyone out there on Instagram.
Yeah, Block A, I'm going with Jay White. Block B for me is, it's tough because there's so many, but I got to go with Sonata again. I know he's not going to win the G1. He's going to place very high, which I thought he was going to.
Is it too early to tell or
For Block B?
predict as far as, okay, let's just go.
Well,
the
Omega
finals.
hasn't lost yet.
I'm going with Kenny Omega, dude. I feel like he's going to win. He's going to be the first champion because I don't know. Has a champion ever won? They have.
The last I can remember off the top of my head was Kenji Muto, a.k.a. the Great Muta. So it's him.
Really?
Yeah. And I want to
I'm gonna
say
look that up.
there was another one I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm actually Juice Robinson in Block B has been phenomenal. He had a good match against Naito, where they were doing a lot of ring psychology, kind of messing with each other. And again, if you haven't gone and seen it from night one of the B block, go back and watch Naito against Kenny Omega. It's one of the best matches you're going to see this entire year. Went a good half or almost a half hour, but it was really fun to watch. Other than that, the big dynamic what's coming out is Tama Tonga against Kenny Omega.
The separation of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
They're kind of pushing that a little bit, huh?
Truthfully, there's been a lot of disqualification finishes having to do with like Bad Luck Fale.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of
hokey
in a way.
NWO-ish.
Yeah, it's just kind of like,
point.
what's the point of it? Like, it's not right for the G1 to have these things happening. You're just kind of like,
Well, I think what they're doing on that front is appealing to the American audience because the American audience is so used to the swerve, as it were. And I think right now, and it's hard to, the Bullet Club right now is the money machine to push more merchandise.
Actually, in Japan, I heard it's the Los Ingobernables.
Really?
Like, they are like 70% of the merchandise that gets sold.
Really?
I can't be quoted on that figure, but I heard they are like,
oh man, I gotta go research.
really
now.
up there. So that is credit to Naito,
For
really,
sure.
really bringing it out. But honestly, I haven't seen. I'm gonna put it this way:
okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
any match with the G1,
Yeah.
like any card that has G1 matches in it, the G1 matches themselves are better daily than I would say 80% of WWE's
And they're
matches.
sacred to a point.
Yeah.
And maybe they've kind of deviated away from that with the Bullet Club storyline, doing all the interference and stuff like that, the disqualification wins and stuff, right? So like really cool that I like the fact that they kind of hold them sacred to they hold a certain caliber. I mean, they've been doing this for how many years?
This would be the 27th year.
27 years. Dude.
No, I'm sorry, 28.
It's 28
Yeah, it is
years.
28.
So 28 years of doing a tournament style like this. This is like, to me, this is the real deal. This is like the Intercontinental Championship tournament, but televised in a sense.
Okay.
But the real Intercontinental title.
Well, this is for
really.
the main title.
Well,
man.
I mean,
like,
this is the main title, but I'm saying it's like the New Japan title is like a class of its own.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're defending
It's not like
it
a Universal
overseas.
Championship.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. No, it is like the nice thing I love about New Japan and how they book, and I don't want to sound like a smart mark,
Yeah.
but you don't know who's going to win. Like, I'll spoiler alert, Yano got a surprise victory over somebody insanely good.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like at this point you are almost forced to watch on a daily basis. So
Raw, you mean?
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're forced
The
to watch
G1.
the G1 every match.
Well, I don't
you
know
know.
if you're forced to watch it. I mean, you want to watch
That's
it.
what I mean.
I wish I could watch that shit.
Dude, it's
All day?
it's amazing.
That'd be fun, dude.
Like the nice thing is there's about 3 just tag matches in the beginning that you can kind of gloss over if you want,
Right.
but the rest of the show is all G1 matches. So it's like you can
Caliber
just,
matches, dude. Something, and it means something
Mhm.
at the end result. Well, I don't know, man. Who do you got at the end? Who are you looking at the end here? For the G1?
Ibushi against Naito, or Ibushi against Okada. and I think Ibushi wins and goes against Kenny at Wrestle Kingdom. That's the storyline you go out with, for me at least.
That's a good one.
Because the
reuniting of the Golden Lovers and
but
stuff
they have
like
to,
that.
yeah, that's the match I think they could probably.
What happens when a champion wins? Because I'm kind of pulling for Omega to win this thing, and I feel like if he wins, does he get the choice to pick
I don't know
who he defends against?
I would have to look it up. I've actually never looked that up before.
How interesting would that be if he said, "I get to pick my challenger," and like the Young Bucks want, like one of the Young Bucks is like, "Hey, I want to take a crack at it. Let me have a shot." Marty Scurll, Cody, maybe all these guys, because it's Kenny's choice, right? And he picks
Perhaps.
of all people, well, not of all people, but it makes sense to go with your storyline, Ibushi, right?
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool. I don't know. I'm fantasy booking right now with this whole thing.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's really nice to watch.
What do we have
wrestling.
on WWE side?
Let's see.
Have we transitioned yet?
We just did.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
The WWE actually just released I don't want to say it was a news announcement, but on Raw last night, Stephanie McMahon announced that they're going to have an all-women's Royal Rumble taking place in Long Island on October 28th.
I'll look up the date for you.
Yeah, it's October 28th, Sunday, October 28th.
Where at?
In Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's name of the show is Evolution, which is very strange to me because as soon as I hear Evolution in WWE, I immediately think of Triple H.
Dude, that's what I was
like. are they going to use that theme song?
That'd
because
be awesome.
It's the exact same thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
I will say though, I'm all for women's wrestling because there is really good women's wrestling to be seen. What they're doing here, they're having 50 superstars. And from what I understand, it's going to be WWE, NXT, and Legends. I'm all good for it, but to be fair, how much of it is going to be like the Women's Royal Rumble and they rely too much on the Legends to come back and make a statement, as opposed to, hey, let's push some of these NXT girls against, say, Charlotte Flair. Let's have her test her mettle. It's like Juice Robinson going up against Nick Aldis. You want to go up against the best. You want to test yourself. So why not have a girl from NXT go up against Asuka, go up against Becky Lynch, something like that.
It's a good opportunity. I mean, they could do that at the pay-per-view. You never know. Because, I mean, if they're going to start doing, like, changing things up a little bit here and there, like, why not? You know?
So
here's my thing with it. Like, I'm trying to be nice about it, but I'm also trying not to be. I'm trying not to come off a certain way. You know what I mean?
I get what you're going with.
I think that a whole women's wrestling has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
In recent years, I think that doing this pay-per-view, I don't like the name Evolution.
Right.
I feel like it's going to become. You have to call it something else at the end of the day as the time progresses, because reality is you're going to call your pay-per-view for a women's wrestling pay-per-view like a women's wrestling pay-per-view is called Evolution.
Why don't you just call it like Valkyrie or something?
Something rowdy, right?
Yeah,
like
something strong.
Like something strong.
Evolution.
Feminine but strong.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. I did not like that they didn't announce the tag team titles. There's an abundance of female wrestlers out there. Why not put them in tag teams? You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, the best representation of the main event, let's book it. Let's book the women's turn. Let's book this women's pay-per-view. 5 matches.
See, my issue with all of this is the way that it was packaged was very much we're creating the first. They're almost making it seem like they're making the first women's pay-per-view.
Exactly. But there's already been so much that women have accomplished already in the WWE.
Young Simba's got a good point here. He says Ronda will main event and win the title that night.
It makes sense. It makes sense from a money standpoint, from a fan's perspective, to get more fans involved in it. Hey, I love getting people involved in pro wrestling. I love talking about it, obviously. I like when, people's faces go, damn, this dude's like really passionate about pro wrestling or whatever it is he's talking about. Thing is the reality is, do I enjoy Ronda Rousey in the ring wrestling? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's amazing, dude. She's
She's
really good.
She definitely like made all the naysayers go quiet.
But what it does for me also is it's relevant to Bobby Lashley. We'll get to that later. But I'm saying in the sense that is she ready? Is she ready really, like in the sense of longevity, being in the WWE? You know, I would put the title on Asuka before I put it on Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that's
in a seniority type way, and it's kind of a no-brainer. It's more fair.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. I get that Ronda Rousey is the household name that she is now, and now she's going to become synonymous with professional wrestling. They just struck gold with that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The problem that I have is, you know, when you're looking at it, there's no tag team division. Like, if you have a full women's pay-per-view, like, what are we going to do here? Are we just pushing storyline, or are we going to go for make it mean something? Like, people actually give a shit about the world title. People give a shit about the Intercontinental title. People care about, you know, the IWGP Championship. I want there to be more involvement with the female wrestlers actually, like, going for something, a secondary title. You know what I mean? If it comes to... I think this is the testing ground of above all anything else for a future weekly women's wrestling show. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe that. That would be awesome. It would be cool. But to me, it becomes a secondary show like 205 Live.
I think at this point, anything that isn't Raw or SmackDown is always going to be a secondary show. Hell, NXT is a secondary show.
True.
So what you could do, put it on the network after NXT. NXT's only an hour. You can have another hour of...
An extra hour of female wrestling.
Sure.
Women wrestling.
Why not?
Women's wrestling.
They're doing it with, like, the NXT UK. So, you know, it's one of those things where you're going to be able to say, yeah, if you want to watch women's wrestling, throw it on a Thursday night.
It's going to be everywhere, 24/7. I think that's the whole goal with the network, isn't it? It's a 24/7 thing.
Yeah, but they don't, I don't know.
They need to update it
for
a little more frequently.
For sure.
And maybe not so much like throw a whole bunch of crap out there. Like,
they need quality over quantity.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Like, do I care about, you know, Tony Davis wrestling King Kong Bundy in his 5th match? You know?
Actually, I would go watch
That's
that.
kind of cool. Actually.
That sounds like something I would actually go look for.
But I'm saying, like, do I want to see a match where, you know, it's a couple of guys that never made it to the WWE, or maybe, like, you know, I don't know.
That's where I differ. I would rather see that as opposed to, like, what's that show that they ride in the car together?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
That stuff I don't really care about.
Right along.
Yeah, because honestly, even then it still feels produced. It's like it's not like was it Talking Shop was, where it was very organic, and you're like, man, this is really funny. It's because they're not being produced.
Can you imagine that in the 90s?
Talking Shop?
No. I'm talking about them having the network in the 90s with Ride Along with the click in the car.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
Buddy
ridiculous.
JB cuts promos saying what's up.
What's up, buddy? Dude, I'm for real. Like, that'd be insane. But I hear what you're saying. You'd rather watch more wrestling than a TV show,
like
kind of stuff.
The New Japan World app?
Yeah.
Only wrestling.
I want to see promos. You know what? I want to see more promos and more wrestling. Like, things in the ring. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I want to see. I'm not really, like, I'm cool with the shows. I don't mind them. But I think there needs to be a lot more, like, Diamond Dallas Page's promo on Booker T Monday night, you know, Nitro. Mm-hmm. You know, something cool like that.
Yeah, they need to categorize it, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like, their catalog is scattered, kind of,
for sure.
As organized as it is kind of scatterbrained a little bit.
I mean, it needs a revamping for sure. It's just one of those things that you look at, you're like, this was not given much care to.
Yeah.
Or it was, but it was kind of like an afterthought after a while.
Yeah.
I think just keep throwing stuff up there.
And to second your opinion as far as the New Japan app, which is, I hear, stellar on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. If they got it together with the English subtitles and everything like that, like, it would be a hit.
See, again, that's where I go not purist. I don't want to say that. I go with listening like an old Well, now,
Well, that's cool. Like the announcers, the Japanese
Yes.
announcers, dude, that's always badass.
but honestly, Kevin Kelly and
But to navigate, bro, just to navigate.
oh, you have a full English. It's a full English.
Really?
Thing. Yeah. You can translate it. It
I'm
translates
gonna have
perfectly.
to get one now.
Yeah, no, it translates perfectly, dude. I'm telling you, you get to watch great matches, and I'm not getting paid by New Japan. Although, come on,
Support our podcast,
Help
New
us.
Japan Pro Wrestling. We tag you in everything. And hey, NWA, we calling you out too. Why not? We're out here.
what's up, Billy Corgan?
We're out here in San Antonio, Texas. That's what's up.
So, yeah, no, man, it's gonna be interesting, especially when New Japan and ROH do that Madison Square Garden deal, to see how many more faces get turned on to New Japan, because they're hitting two major markets, Los Angeles and New York.
They're
so
in Vince's territory at that point.
yeah, this is a
That's
direct competition.
awesome.
Yeah, this is really good.
That's going to be great.
You know,
Nothing is better than competition when it comes to pro wrestling, dude.
I'm telling you, and there's somebody that's actually benefited from that very greatly. So if you look on our Instagram page last night, I posted up something, Twitter from PWG, that Matt Riddle will not be taking part in BOLA, Battle of Los Angeles with PWG, starting September 8th of this year.
Dang.
What everyone's expecting, and I believe was almost confirmed today, is that he's going to end up on NXT television. Now,
Wow.
To go even further about this competition,
Yeah.
I believe they said he was also given a full-time contract to New Japan if he wanted it. Obviously, he turned down the New Japan contract, and he's going to NXT. The news has not been broken yet, but at this point, kind of the writing's on the walls.
Right. The speculation's there. It's a done deal kind of thing.
Yes. I
What do you
am
think?
a Matt Riddle stan. I think he's such a fresh take on wrestling.
Is it a good move?
For him, financially, yes.
Mm.
For his wrestling career, remains to be seen. He could flourish in NXT, but as soon as he gets called up to the main roster, what does he become? Is he going to become another Rob Van Dam, where he's just kind of the funny stoner guy?
Mm.
Or do they take him seriously like they do with Ronda? But that's not his character in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he plays video games. He's kind of like AJ, where he's kind of a nerd bro.
A nerd bro.
That's the best way I could say
So
it.
the New Day are.
Well, yeah, but you see how they're,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think if you're gonna book him in a certain way, WWE has a tendency, obviously, to change names, change gimmicks, everything like that. I don't think they'll change his gimmick that much because of his brand already.
Yeah.
I think they want in on the Matt Riddle business.
Yes.
So what they want to do, and I think I'm starting to kind of notice this a little bit more, because without the Bullet Club, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, great wrestlers. They are great wrestlers. However, money-wise, there's nothing to add on to it. There's no value in the name or brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without attaching a club variant to it.
Here, I will say one thing, though.
Yeah.
So there's something about the WWE machine just sucks the life out of stuff. Look at Broken Matt Hardy.
But see, here's the thing. Like, the thing with Broken Matt Hardy, the difference between Broken Matt Hardy and Woken Matt Hardy, here's the only difference. I'll tell you the only difference between the two. The quality of production. That's it.
But
it's stale because we had him go to Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys.
okay.
And then we brought him back as Woken Matt Hardy because it was like, well, we can't use Broken. Let's use Woken.
Yeah. Kids
are saying woke. Got to be woke, right? Let's do it. So I think that's what they did. And realistically, like, for Matt Hardy, it kept him
Oh, for sure.
relevant.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, now I think Matt Hardy is going to have to come to terms at some point in time with rebranding himself once again, recreating himself once again. And if he's proven anything with this broken woken character, he can definitely pull that pull that off. But I digress. Back to Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle is they're gonna mature his character. I hope it's not gonna be like ridiculously mature, like they put him Ivy League scholar Matt Riddle or whatever. That'd be ridiculous.
What was the name of that group? The Mean Street Posse.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I can almost see that happening. However, like I think that they want in on the Matt Riddle business. I think they're going to like come to terms and say, I think they're negotiating. They're investing into this guy at this point.
What I don't want to see is them exploiting his MMA background. Like, don't give him gloves because that's not his thing. He doesn't wear shoes. It's just his tights.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm sure, obviously, he's sponsored by Suplex Clothing, so they're going to have to change his.
What would you do if you were WWE? Would you keep it?
I think they have to because they already have MMA characters, so he's got legitimacy. You know, they can't deny that.
Yeah.
People have the internet; they can look him up. But what would I do? I don't want them to go the TJP route. I don't know.
You know what I would do? I'd make him like a Von Erich. Because back then, I think one of the Von Erichs didn't wear shoes or something like that.
I know what I'd do with him.
That'd be tight.
I'd make him a Noro Suzuki.
Oh, there you go.
You just have him go in and just beat people.
Dismantle motherfuckers.
Or just have he
Sorry.
can be
Sorry.
He can be.
God, that guy's a beast though, dude.
Oh, you have to see.
He's a beast, bro.
You have to see the Jay White Minoru Suzuki match. He brutalizes Jay White. But yeah, if they could make his character almost like he's a fun going guy, but as soon as the bell rings, he's a killer.
Yeah,
that's the way they need to go.
That'd be cool. I think with maybe we'll see WWE take from New Japan. You know what I mean? They used to do it back in the day.
They're already taking their stars. Why not?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I'm interested. Another member of the Chosen Bros, the tag team of Matt Riddle and Jeff Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Cobb has officially joined Ring of Honor and was present at their TV tapings about a week ago. So for those of you who have never seen the man that represented Guam in the Olympics, Jeff Cobb will be on your your Ring of Honor television shows. Now, what that tells me is that Jeff Cobb is going to be on New Japan more because they have a very good working relationship. They also have really good working relationships with several organizations throughout the world. So you can see him in Ring of Honor, but he still has indie dates. So he's going to be on everyone's radar even more this year. I'd say probably within the next 2 years, you see him going with Matt Riddle someplace in the WWE.
Yeah, I can see that.
They probably just turn him into a type of, him, Samoa Joe, and Matt Riddle. Oh,
that's your team right there, dude. That's your team just destroying fools. Like showing up wearing like tracksuits, like Globo Gym and stuff, like tracksuits, right? And just like not just walking in, just unzip, let's wrestle.
Dude, they're the tougher version of Team Angle.
Yes.
Dude, they're just legit shoot wrestlers.
Yes.
Like they go in, they throw fools, and they're like, okay, we do this for business. We're prize fighters. We're doing this for the prize. Oh, book it, WWE.
Please.
Get that going.
Please.
Quickly. Oh my God, get that going. That's all I got right now, man.
Is that it?
I think that's it. We went almost a half hour. However, the infamous question.
Oh, the questions,
yes.
the questions. Wait. Should I let them know? Should I let them know now?
Give them one more week.
One more week, ladies and
gentlemen.
Let
it stew.
Okay.
Let it stew. We got a bit of a surprise coming for you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the question.
Do you think within the next, I'll say conservatively, 5 years, a woman will headline WrestleMania?
That's a good question.
Because they have Ronda Rousey. They need to capitalize on her at some point. You're not going to... Oh, wait. Before you answer that question, there's one more thing we have to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of main events of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Roman Reigns is now the number one contender for Brock Lesnar's title.
I think we have another 30 minutes.
At SummerSlam. No, this is going to be quick. That's the question.
No.
I'll give you two questions.
Okay.
Is it going to be...
I get two questions.
You get two questions.
Week.
This is fun.
Okay.
Is this going to be a failed experiment number, 3?
It's like number 5.
However many
6.
times they've given him the title shot. Do you think they're going to give him the title?
Yes.
Okay.
Roman gets the title. Roman gets the title.
And booed out of Brooklyn. I think both of them are going to get booed.
Yes, it's going to be like WrestleMania Goldberg versus Brock all over again. That's what's going to happen. And now Roman's going to get the brunt end of it, you know?
I actually had somebody ask me, why don't people like Roman Reigns? I said it's the same reason they don't like John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
He's too good looking. He gets pushed down our throats, and he's kind of a boring wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can wrestle, circles around
But
me.
you know what's funny? Is that Cena, to me, in my opinion, Cena did not get good
until the U.S. Championship?
Until then.
Well, I mean, he was great
He
beforehand.
was good, like, okay, Thugonomics Cena, awesome. Because it was a different take on it. He took that character, he ran with it, and he turned it into something pretty memorable. And then a lot of people do remember the spinning belt, right? And so he was good then. The JBL versus Cena stuff.
Those were good matches.
Those were good matches.
Yeah.
Then he grew up to the Marine Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sucked.
Yeah, when it became Dayglow Cena.
Right. And then U.S. Championship Open Challenge Cena, that was when he got good again.
Very good move for him.
And for Roman at this point, I think Roman right now is in that weird lull, but something will happen. Give him another. I'm gonna give him another 2 years, 3 years tops.
I think
to be good again. They tried with the Shield reunion, and that was just dumb. When Roman turns heel, Roman will be back on top.
You know what they need to do? And a very subtle thing. Just change his ring gear. He's had the same thing since the Shield. It's not changed. It just feels like the same dude you've seen for 6 years or something.
I hear you. I know it, but they have.
No. I mean, no chest plate. Do something, dude.
Like,
think about what's his name, Rollins. Think about.
You want him to wrestle
Ambrose.
without a shirt.
Oh, I don't care what he wrestles into. I'm just sick of seeing that damn chest plate. It looks like a catcher.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like, you're not going on a tactical squad
they
mission.
have changed it, but that's his character.
That's so stupid.
That's
What is his character? What is his character?
That's supposed to be his character.
That's so dumb.
He's supposed to be a SWAT guy.
Dude, that's so dumb. They've not changed his character. They haven't changed his character through the entirety of him wrestling.
He's a SWAT guy.
Oh.
He's a police officer. He's the hound. He's the big dog of justice.
Oh, that's gross.
That is Roman Reigns' character. If you didn't know that, now you know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that is his character, and that's how he's gonna stay until he becomes a heel. He is you know what he is? He's the big boss man right now. He's the big boss man, but big boss man getting title shots and becoming champion.
Speaking of big boss man, there's a video of him in a tag match in Japan that I need to go look at.
And
he looks
tagged with?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I'll look it up, but I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
But I digress.
Yes.
So, that Roman Reigns. He wins.
Let me also say this. They dropped the ball with Bobby Lashley.
For sure.
When he came back in. They should have had Bobby Lashley go in and just like we talked about last time. We said Goldberg.
Or Kevin Owens.
Yeah. No. Goldberg. Remember Goldberg when WCW, like when he was
just start wrecking fools.
Just wrecking fools, and then Mean Gene goes up to him with the mic, like, do you have anything to say? He looks at Mean Gene, he looks at the camera, and he walked away.
Or just say, I'm back. And that's all you gotta do.
Something. Or just, I want Brock. Just something to come out strong with. Like just, hey, Bobby Lashley, I'm Charlie Carusco, and I'm here with Bobby Lashley. What do you think, Bobby? I want Brock. And just walk off. Like just be stone cold face killer.
Yeah.
And then you are the kryptonite to the Superman that is Brock Lesnar at this point. But
he needs a Paul Ellering. Can you imagine Paul Ellering and Paul Heyman going at it in a duel, like talking to each other?
Bring back the managers kind of thing. That's what they need to do, dude. That's what they are missing the boat on these days. There's no more managers. Yeah. There really is no managers anymore.
Dude, Corey Graves would be an amazing manager.
Corey Graves would be a great manager, but Corey Graves is right now, in my opinion, and seems to be a lot of people's opinion. He's one of the best men on the commentating table right now.
Yeah, definitely
you know what
one
I mean?
of them for sure.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, dude. They missed the boat with Bobby Lashley. And I think Bobby Lashley still has a world of potential to come back and probably have a program with Roman.
Do you think any of this was punishment for leaving for Impact? You know, anybody holding a grudge?
So. I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think it's more they needed something to give people the idea that it was not going to be Brock versus Roman at the next pay-per-view.
But guess what?
But they pulled the wool over everybody's eyes, and it is what it is. Yeah. And hopefully something changes. But I did hear that I got an update from WWE, and it was something about Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So,
yeah, they got 3 more weeks to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get some hot heat.
Well, I think that's what this little notification was. I think they kind of knew, and maybe it was just prematurely updated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they probably weren't going to announce it till next week. Who knows? But we'll see. Let's see what happens.
So that's question number 1. Question 2, will a woman ever main event a WrestleMania in the next, again, I said about 5 years.
5 years, right?
Yeah. Because figure, Ronda Rousey's not going to kick around forever. She's not going to stay there for 10 years. I'd say you got a good 3 years tops with her before she decides, I'm going to quit and go act.
All right. My truthful answer?
Yeah.
When Vince is no longer head of the company, there will be.
Okay.
I can't tell you that no, because it's kind of very unpredictable at this point. Like, I hear what you're saying. Ronda can't kick around forever and things like that, but I don't even think they'll give Ronda the brass ring to headline a WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think that she's there yet. Like I said, I don't think she's there yet.
I say it's Charlotte.
If anything, it would be her.
But the thing is, Charlotte would have to wrestle
somebody good or just as good or better.
Like that is the spot where you are it's make or break.
Yeah.
If you have a great main event, you're remembered forever. If you have a shit match, then you're remembered forever for that too.
Well, I mean, you can also look at it like, it has to be somebody amazing. If it was to be, in my honest opinion, right now, like today, there is no one that can have a main event WrestleMania match with Charlotte.
I agree with you.
I think that person is still out there, and I think once WWE finds that person and gets them, like it's gonna be.
It's going to happen.
It'll happen.
They're going to find the right person. It's going to be the Omega Okada of
women's
wrestling.
Has to be, yeah.
So I agree, man. I completely agree.
Yeah,
I think it's not going to be Ronda, and it's going to be probably after Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way that I see it. I mean, I see it working out. But Alex, I think we're
sir.
good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything left to say, but
we out.